could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose.
So recently I might have gotten re-addicted to Minecraft, and one of these days I got this crazy idea. What if I built Roblox BLOXBURG in Minecraft? Now, yes, you may think I'm crazy, but I am. So, you know what I did? I built BLOXBURG in Minecraft. That is exactly what I did. So behind me, I have here a very flat land on Minecraft, and it's a creative world, of course, because this would be a pain to do in survival. And we're just going to get started with building. So let's go right to it. So, of course, I had to start off somewhere, so what I decided to do is the little crossroad intersection, which kind of looks like a plus sign right next to Pizza Planet. You're going to see what I mean pretty soon, but I'm just outlining the little crossroad section so I know the different sides and how I'm going to plan things out. Over here, I started using some smooth stone slabs on the ground so it would be one above the road, but I actually liked it on the same block, so I decided to go underneath the ground and just go from there. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm adding in a lantern, and I'm going to be doing this all around the Bloxburg quote-unquote town, but that was my first one that I built. And over here, as you can see, I'm digging out the area because I'm going to be making Pizza Planet for my first build. So on Minecraft, it's Minecraft like blocks, so you can't really make a circle, and the Pizza Planet place is like a cylinder slash circle-ish, so I kind of did my best. Also, the entrance is kind of weirdly shaped, but I'm going to get to that pretty soon. Right now, I'm just making sure that both sides are symmetrical, and then I'm going to fill in the floor and go from there.
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing. Screwed wish I knew.
Before you go around saying that the inside of the Pizza Planet cashier area isn't exactly the same, I already know. I wasn't sure how to do it. The space was really limited and small at the same time. So I kind of just did my best and made up things as I went to make it look quote unquote similar, but not exact. I also tried putting paintings on the wall to put like menus, just like the Bloxburg Pizza Planet has, but instead I went with signs because I didn't like any of the paintings. So also for the inside, there's like tables surrounding the windows of the Pizza Planet shop, pizza place, whatever you want to call it. There was really limited room, as I said before. I really didn't know how to make it, but this is the best thing I came up with. I wasn't a huge fan of how it came out, the inside, but you know what? I just rolled with it because I had the whole rest of Bloxburg that I had to build inside Minecraft, and nobody got time to worry about a Pizza Planet place that already looks pretty decent, right? Give me reassurance, right? Oh my god, what if I'm wrong? So right now I'm technically just starting out on building the kitchen area, the place where they make the pizzas. I don't know if it's really a kitchen, it's just like a place where they make the pizzas. So over here, this stone little slab area is like the container belt. Is that the word for it? And these chests are supposed to be the storage area, like the storage boxes that you usually need to use to refill the materials that you need to make the pizza. And yeah, we're just gonna keep building until it's pretty much done. So while building, I totally forgot about the delivery pizza place, but But later on, I'll remember it and I'll make like a tiny little room. It won't look as exact, but at least it's still there. And now I'm going back into the kitchen and just adding in some more details. Now I'm making the place where the pizzas are stored. I don't really know what it is exactly, but I'll put a picture on the screen showing what I'm trying to build right over here, so it doesn't just look like a mess like it does to me while I'm voiceovering this. And then I added some black carpet because I felt it looked a tiny bit weird, and in Bloxburg they had like a black cover to it. I had to use some black wool blocks because the carpets wouldn't work on the slabs because they would be floating. But yeah, now we're putting up a roof. While I was building, what I found the most difficult was the light. The light was really dark. Like every single place I put a light or glowstone or something, it still felt dark. So the lighting was a huge problem, and I'm just trying to put glowstone everywhere to make the place look brighter. I guess it kind of worked, but not really. So you're gonna see me struggle while I'm building this Bloxburg in Minecraft because the lighting is two different types of things and I felt like really dark. Why am I just rambling on? I should just move on. Okay, we finished with the pizza place and now we're gonna extend the pathway and go into the next store, which I believe is the furniture shop. So for pretty much every build in the middle of the Bloxburg town, there are these like window like panes with like, I keep saying like, with tiny little pillar things separating the windows, and that was like really difficult to build. I wasn't sure how to remake it, so I kind of just put this clay block and kind of went with it and pretended I knew what I was doing, because I didn't know what I was doing, honestly. But it looked pretty good, right? I think so. Yeah, okay, let's keep building. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding in this back wall to the furniture shop, and we're going to do our best on recreating how it looks like, because there is no furniture pretty much in Minecraft. So I kind of just like made things up and took up space. I'm actually pretty proud of how it came out, but that's me. Let me know what you think, and yeah.
so strong, girl. I can feel you slipping away.
So you know the little separation marks that the ground usually has, or the concrete usually has, for the cars to park themselves with space in between? Well, I didn't want to use white blocks because that would be too clumpy. So I decided to use string because I knew you could put like a tripwire string on the ground, and it does seem to work. It's a little bit blend in with the black wool, but I turned up liking it, so I just kept it like that. I'm going to attempt on building the Beat Nightclub as seen in Bloxburg, but there's a little disclaimer. I didn't like how it turned out. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst either. I just feel like it didn't look exactly the same. But then again, this is Minecraft. What could you do? You have square building blocks, and in Bloxburg you can literally build a lot more in designing. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I didn't like how it turned out, but I did my best, and that's what matters, right? Yes, it is what matters. You're not supposed to say no. So at the time, I didn't quite remember how the nightclub looked like. So what I did is I moved on to the outside, and I basically just decorated the outside and continued the sidewalk to the city hall. So behind pretty much every place in Bloxburg, or every like store, whatever you want to call it, there's this really tall fencing so you won't go to the other side. And I'm basically just building this around the place to mimic what is in Bloxburg. Yeah. Basically, what I did here is I extended the road and also the sidewalk. And yeah, so I'm just gonna skip ahead. So over here is basically where the car dealership is, and I'm just building in the driveway or the road that's right in front of it. And yeah, this is going to be what we're going to be building over here. On the other side of the car dealership is technically a gas station, and I'm doing my best to recreate it. It was honestly really cool with this like concrete blue color. It was really vibrant and I liked it. And yeah, it turned out pretty awesome. And then after this, I will 100% start the car dealership. I was just measuring everything out to make sure everything fit. Basically, what I kept doing is I kept building 3 gas stations because that's how many Bloxburg had. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the part where I start the car dealership. So here is where I noticed that I forgot the delivery place for the pizzas. Now I know this isn't really exact. I was too lazy to get an actual photo of the inside, but I kind of just like did what I could with this like 3 by whatever space area because it was pretty small. It worked out. I guess you got the idea of what it was. Yes. So now I'm going to start on the inside of the motor shop. I have a picture put up on the screen. It was really difficult to redo it in Minecraft, so I did my best. I kind of just filled up the space and put things relatively close to how they were in the image. I didn't exactly know what I should add to the supermarket inside, so I decided to use some stairs and carpets for the decoration, kind of like shelves on filling it up, and then later on I'm going to be placing item frames and filling them up with some food, and I felt like it gave it a more fuller type of look along with a finished grocery feeling. I don't know what else. limited space, but I decided to build the green clean area because you cannot forget the janitor shop or whatever you want to call it. It was pretty small, if I'm going to be honest. It didn't look exact at all, but I felt like I had to fill up the space with that shop because it was necessary if I was going to do my best on replicating Bloxburg in Minecraft. Also, we're paying attention to minor details, so what we're going to be doing is adding this trash can that's on the side of the burger place. Next up, I'm going to be filling out this middle area with trees, just like in Bloxburg. Now I'm going back to the city hall and we're going to start the inside of it and also decorate it. The city hall has these like circular shaped designs on the floor. It was really difficult to try and remake them, but I kind of just like did it on my own to resemble them because I know the space was a little bit too small to have it exactly like, but it turned out pretty alright, and I'll show you how they look in Bloxburg by adding in an image. Now I started building the stairway, which went up the city hall to the second floor. I don't know the real point of it. It's kind of really empty, but it's really massive. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. since most of the inside is practically done other than some few decorations that I added later on, I go around the building and I add a second layer because the building outside is all brick other than the white outline it has that I built 2 blocks up. And so I wanted to make it as closely related to the Bloxburg one, so I decided to add another outside to it. That's why I'm adding brick. Yes, that was a lot of words. I'm sorry. Yes. So once I was done with the city hall, I basically went to the gym area and did my best to recreate it. Of course, I couldn't put in equipment, so I used stairs and carpets instead. You're gonna see what I mean, but I did my best to replicate it. Like I said before, Minecraft doesn't have the equipment like weights and stuff, so I did my best to recreate it with using stairs, carpets, and glowstone for extra light. It turned out pretty alright, and I think it filled up the space nicely. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm adding light poles to the street because that's a necessity from Bloxburg. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So basically the main part of the town is already built and done. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be moving on to the bridge on one of the sides of Bloxburg, and it's like over a lake, and that's what we're doing. So as Bloxburg has a river going underneath the bridge, and it also goes out to the beach area and pretty much all around the map, I had to self-dig this river, this lake, whatever you want to call it. And it was really difficult, but you know what? We got through it, we did it, and we went with it. So here's me digging out the space and preparing it for the water and such on. So from the road of the gas station, it turns into like this ovular shape because the Ferris wheel is right over here, but this is the parking space. So I'm going to do my best to recreate the shape of the parking space, and then we'll go on to making the Ferris wheel and the dock for it. dock, I decided to use 2 types of wood, which is oak and spruce, because I felt like if it was one color, it would be boring, and this way it gave it a little bit more texture. I'm not sure how much I really liked it, but I ended up just keeping it. And so I added some fences over here, and right now I'm going to start building the fishing dock, or the fishing little house that you can get your fishing supplies from. Since I had to self-dig everything over here because it was a dock and underneath was supposed to be water, it was kind of difficult to visualize everything, and I struggled a tiny bit, but I think we got through it and I ended up liking it, and yeah. So next up, what I'm going to be building is the Ben's ice cream place. It was a little difficult to build because of the shape of everything and me just having square blocks to build like a circle type of design. But it turned out pretty awesome and I really liked how it turned out. So yeah, that's what we're going to be building now. The dock also has these cute little benches which overlook the ocean, the sea, whatever you want to call it. I added them in with stairs and they turned out adorable. So what I basically started doing now is taking out some of the grassland, and I replaced one block of it with some sand, and then I put water on top of it. I'm going to skip ahead because breaking blocks is very boring. So I got bored of breaking blocks, so I moved on to breaking more blocks, but this time adding in a pathway. This pathway leads to the wooden bridge of where you can go up a mountain. And yeah, I just started building this because I was bored of breaking the sand blocks for the dock. So now what I'm doing is I'm breaking a pathway from the river to the ocean area because they both connect. And yeah, I'm just basically breaking the pathway. And I'm also going to be skipping ahead because I find this part very boring, just seeing me breaking blocks. And we're going to skip to the part where I add in water so it's more fun and entertaining to watch. Yes, okay, let's do that. So what I'm going to be doing here is that I'm going to be building the bridge which leads to the mine caves and also the large mountain where you can go sky gliding. And yeah, that's what I'm building, this bridge, and I'm going to be adding in the rest of the flooring and the pathway. To take a break from breaking blocks and filling out areas with blocks, I decided to put in the lanterns which are all around Bloxburg so that it is more light-filled. Is that even a word? Probably not. Light-filled. I'm gonna use it. Filled with light at night, and I'm going to be finishing off at the gas station because I realized I just moved on from it. Over here is also a parking lot, and I'll start doing that pretty soon. Here, what I did is I basically put in the flooring for the parking garage and I built the outline of it. So I'm going to skip ahead because it's kind of repetitive on me building. And we're going to get to the part where I start filling it in. There wasn't really any type of barrier for the outside, so what I decided to do is put in glass because I'm the type of person that would fall off of the building if there was no protection at all. So this was a form of protection, and I pretty much did this for most of the floors. also then ended up switching this flooring of stone to the gray concrete because I felt like it matched better and looked more fancy. So that's what I did for all the floorings. A parking garage has to have parking spots, so what I did to separate the spots was added white wool carpets, and that counted as like the separation of the spots. They weren't really symmetrical, but I just rolled with it and they worked out pretty awesome. I needed to have some type of light source because it was pretty dark, so I decided to add in these cool little glowstone contraptions with some leaves and a fence to hold it up. Happy how they came out. They're not exact, of course, but they're really close to what I could do in Minecraft, and I ended up really liking them. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the gliders. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding the fencing, and then I'm going to be adding a tiny bit more of the mountain, and we're going to skip ahead of that and we'll see the end result. The mountain is pretty much done. I'm going to be showing it later on, but right now what I'm going to be building is the lumberjack area where you cut down trees and cut logs and things. So that's what we're going to be building now, just in case you were wondering. here what they have inside of the lumberjack cutting area. They have like this cutting board. I don't remember what it's called. And then it has like this little rolly thing where the logs come up. I'm really bad at explaining things. I'll just insert a picture here and point it out. So yeah, that's what I'm trying and attempting to build. It didn't turn out the best, but it turned out pretty accurate in my opinion, of course. But yes, okay, let's keep building. I then added in some light sources and then finished up this lumberjack area with some haystacks which were outside and some trees. After adding in a bit of trees around the landscape, I decided to continue this road. Now, this street was a little bit weirdly shaped because the mountain was supposed to be moved over a little bit more to the left so it wouldn't get in the middle of the road. But I'm going to show an up view, a bird's eye view of the map of Bloxburg. It doesn't look exactly the same, and I did change the road shape a tiny bit, but it fit well together and it looked pretty normal, other than the fact it was like upside down, but we went with it. And yeah, let's keep building. So the road for the other side was pretty much done, and what I went to go do now is extend the river to the other side. It kind of went to a tunnel, and I decided to extend it and create the tunnel as best as I could. I wasn't really sure how to recreate it, so I just used stone and black wool, the black wool signifying that it went deep and it was endless. I'm not sure how to explain it. but I created the river leading up to the tunnel, and yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So I finished up building Bloxburg in Minecraft. Unfortunately, the last finishing details I was not able to save. What I basically added was some grass. One of my friends came in and he helped me build the terrain around the whole place. I couldn't do this without his help because that would have been a lot of work. And I also added some for sale signs with this quartz and the blue concrete. Added in some trees, some bushes, and we pretty much finished up the whole build. So what we're going to do now is going to compare the two with tours.
This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. And I could walk for days, searching for your praise. But is it even there to find? Is there a chance for me? For days, searching for your praise, but is it even there to find? Is there a chance for me to learn your memories? Will I slowly lose my mind? Lost in your maze, stuck in your gaze. How can I get out? I'm out of time to make you mine. Baby, show me how. Make you mine, make you mine. don't know if I do. Sometimes I think about the good days we had, but there were bad days too. And I know love is like the phases of the moon. And I know you would say I gave up way too soon. So it's gone, it's gone. Now we both moved on. Oh, that's la la life. That's la la life. Baby, let it be. Enjoy the memory. Oh, that's la la life. That's la la life. And I know love is like the phases of the moon. And I know you would say I gave up way too soon.
So that was the end result of the Bloxburg in Minecraft build. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and here are the comparisons of the two maps. The Bloxburg map is a little bit outdated because that's the only one I could find, but you get an overall idea of it. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and thank you to my friend Zeal for helping out with the terrain at the ending of the video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye everybody, Panda Girl is out.
Love is like the phases of the moon.
If you enjoyed this video, click that subscribe button to be a part of the Panda habitat. Also, click that notification bell to be notified of when I post. Could you be the first to comment? Panda Girl is out!